On Valley News Live, First Alert Weather Days, many of them over the upcoming several days, and we've gone through a few rounds of snow since the past weekend, checking in on Home of Economy location in the Devil's Lake Basin, showing a quiet night, and that's going to persist. Now, by morning, temperatures to start your day will look like this as we make it full screen. You can see the coldest of the year up in that Devil's Lake Basin. Some single digits for places like Rolla, Walhalla. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Langdon, 9. Now we'll be in the 20s here in the Southern Valley and near 30 as we look off into Lakes Country. And there'll be some snow beginning to develop down in South Dakota. And it's going to be a long day down there, make no mistake about it. Now, some of our northern counties not expecting much in the way of snow. We start the morning off pretty quiet but windy. The wind really picks up. This is paused here in the afternoon, the early afternoon, as the snow spreads northward. Notice it's not quite to Fargo, Valley City yet, so our early afternoon not too impacted, but the travel all the way down to the cities to root on the good old hockey teams down there. If you're heading from Warroad, if you're heading from Moorhead, you might want to get down there early. You're going to drive through some at least light to moderate snow at times. Not as much wind in Minnesota. The wind really ripping through the valley in eastern North Dakota. Upwards of 30 miles per hour or so, reducing visibility in areas of snow and keeping things icy up north where it's already icy and there's a travel alert. Just a little snow blowing across the road makes things challenging. Pause this at the drive time. 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That snow is just entering the I-94 corridor of North Dakota and the Highway 10 corridor of Minnesota, and points south where there will be accumulations for that drive, and it will be a little on that sloppy side and difficult to see in places. The dark blue band set up here in the Southern Valley as we go through the late night hours, and then overnight this wraps up fairly quickly, but we'll have some meandering flakes of snow here and there through the overnight hours and into your wee hours of Friday morning. Now, at 0 inches here in parts of northern and central Minnesota. This will ramp up closer to the 2-inch mark, maybe a little more in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Some of the just coming in models are suggesting that this band of heavier snow here, the 2 to 4, slides a little closer to Fargo. I think that 2-inch mark or a little more is going to be pretty good bet for Fargo. Grand Forks, maybe not so much. A trace closer to 1 inch maybe. Get down the Sisseton Hills, 5 to 9 inches of snow and wind. Folks, there's a winter storm warning in the I-29 corridor, just to keep you advised, and a pocket of heavier snow in the James River Valley that could total upwards of 4 inches, 6 for some. Weekend storm, First Alert Weather Days for Saturday and for Sunday. Snow begins Saturday, it ends Sunday in the mid-morning, but the wind stays gusty. And there will be dangerous impacts and, dare I say, some near zero visibilities in places. Winds could be over 35 miles per hour with heavy bands of snow moving in by Saturday morning to our western counties. Midday, it moves over our area. Notice there's a drier spot for Bismarck. They could use a break, right? But the snow continues for us overnight and into Sunday morning. We'll get a break in the wind, but then it picks up in earnest as the low moves by us. That's going to cause all the new snow and all the old snow to blow around in many locations. Could be tricky travel this weekend. Have flexible travel plans. Now, the Saturday-Sunday storm system brings a very good probability of 4 or more inches of snow up north. We'll be close to that here in Fargo, a good 50% chance of that here. Right now, outdoors, our conditions are quiet. Only 8-mile-per-hour winds, 18 degrees. Coldest air off to the west, as we showed you, near 30, though, in central Minnesota. A big range of temperatures. Thursday, check this out, 31 degrees on a First Alert Weather Day. We'll have the snow we showed you about. A little break Friday. Saturday, First Alert Weather Days through Sunday. Spring your clocks forward. Spring, did I say it? Really? Spring? Okay, things get a little better. Monday, Tuesday, a slight chance of some snow on Wednesday. And then we're talking about St. Patrick's Day, 34 degrees for a lucky spell of weather there. It's really looking good. But snow a lot of days. For real, for real. For real. St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bussin'.
It's going to be bussin'.
Yeah, bussin', yeah.
Thanks, Hush.
Yeah.